I'm going to be playing the people today. I guess we should wait a little bit until more people get onto the stream. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. You've had me here before. I know what's going on. You know what's going on. And we just play chess. Okay? So for now, I think I'm just going to go into the lobby and play some games, and then in the future, all of you are welcome to join. You can, I believe, you can hit the command in the channel in the text box. I haven't done this in a while. Suddenly I forgot, but it's fine. Nobody cares. You know how to challenge, so that's good. And yeah, I think in the meantime, I'm just gonna play some games, and in the future, we're going to be getting some challenges from you guys. So this is the second day of my residency. Oh, hello, we already have somebody. This is the second day of my residency, but this is probably the third residency that I've ever done, so I'm really excited. Really looking forward to everything that's going on. Did I already make mistakes in this position? God knows. I'm gonna go here. But yeah, all great so far. I've been chilling. And yeah, can't wait to play all of you. And I believe we're going to be having so many of these streams, so many play the people, maybe even simuls, who knows, and just decide along the way what we're doing. If you know one thing about me during these streams is that I just say whatever comes to mind, which is probably not good, but yeah, it's just a fun little place to hang out, chill, talk about chess, and all good vibes. Okay, so far this game is looking pretty good. I was a little bit worried earlier about my F file, but it seems like development went according to plan. Queen c7, going after this guy. Unfortunately, I realized that I don't have a future idea after that. Maybe I should just go here, put some pressure onto this guy, see what's going on. But at least we have the pair of bishops, and another thing that I really truly love is the pair of bishops. So that's going to be a great asset as well. So what do I do? I think I'm gonna take, because if I take, then I take here. It looks kind of scary, not gonna lie. I don't know if I should. Because if I take, and then it takes with the queen, I take here, but then there's rook b1, takes here. That might be a little bit too much. Let's just go there. And how is everyone doing in the chat? I noticed that we have people joining in already. Feel free to send a challenge if you feel like you want to play, and we can go ahead and get started. Okay, let me just make a little pass pawn here. Bring the rook over to d8 in the future. Takes. We go there. Just gotta watch out for my time. And now, wait, what do we do? Do I go here? I kind of want to do this also. I think I'm gonna go here. Okay, not sure what my opponent is doing, but I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna try and support this pawn somehow. So like if takes, I'm gonna play e5 next. I think this is the best way to go, but I'm also not sure. Endgames, they're just tough, you know? What can you do? Maybe try to induce some weaknesses. Sure, I'll take that. I'm low-key running out of time, so maybe I should watch out for that. Let's go there. Let's go here. Time is my enemy. Very unfortunate. Probably shouldn't have done that. Definitely shouldn't have done that, but okay. This game is a draw, but I have 9 seconds. Maybe because I've been talking for way too long. If there's one thing I love doing is yapping, so that might explain. Please, check. Check me again. You know? Okay. Ooh. It's a shame. I'm completely winning. But what to do? Oh, well. Oh, hello, people. All right. Okay, let's take some actual challenges from the viewers now. How is everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing pretty good. You can challenge, I think, whatever time control. I accept whatever. Even if you want to play like 960, I'm gonna be cool with it. Yeah, so we're just chilling today, playing some games, catching up. Cause what a year it has been, and it's not even March, and it's been an insane year. So much going on, so much to do. I feel like I'm panicking every day, but it's fine. At least I get to take a little break here and calm talk in this show. Wait, do I play G5? Ah, the temptation. Okay, I'll play G5. G5, my idea is I'm gonna, yeah, so the bishop had to go back. I'm going to put my bishop in the long diagonal, putting pressure onto b2. I don't feel like I have any worries in this position. Queen b6, some ideas of takes, some ideas of bishop b5. That's kind of the plan. Okay, but if b3 is played, feels like something has gone wrong. Let me go here, just to prevent the king from castling. That's actually something that I talked about in a lecture yesterday. We had this masterclass, which was also streamed, and the whole topic of it was learning how to carry out an attack. So we were talking about that. We were talking about inducing weaknesses in the position, preventing the opponent from castling. So right now, what should I do? Because I could take, and I could bring my rook over. I could play knight to e4. A lot of good options. I think I'm gonna go here. Then I might take this guy away, and then after that, I'll probably take here. And once again, we have the pair of bishops, which is what I love. So hopefully that helps me out. Let's go here, I guess. Put some pressure onto this knight. I might play this in the future. And yeah, just enjoy the bishops. We're all doing fine things. I hope the panic isn't too hard. It's fine. I'll manage everything. It's just I'm a college student. I'm doing this GM in residence. I have tournaments coming up. Um, yeah, it's a lot, but I'm very happy with everything. And you know, when it comes to chess, it's hard to think of it as a job. Like for me, I just have fun. I just talk about chess and I have fun. So it doesn't really feel as heavy. Casual or rated? Preferably rated, but casual is also fine. I'm not going to not accept. Okay, let's go here. But yeah, so I'm enjoying the fact that I have control over the D file. Maybe in the future I should do something about my king, maybe castle. It doesn't feel like the moment just yet, but it should be coming sometime soon. If I take knight takes, I like the idea of take 6 and queen d5 because I have like some pressure onto certain spots in the position. I think I'm gonna take. I'm gonna give up my bishop, but it's for a good cause. Because now this guy is open, and I like that. So. Oh my god, I forgot that he could castle. Oh no. I forgot about that. Well, that's not great, but it's fine. It's fine. I can castle too. Ah, the rook d1. I guess now I could take. And I get 2 rooks for the queen. And the question is whether I'm gonna have enough to compensate for that. Because I'm gonna take here. And my 2 pawns are hanging. So that's not fun. But how should I go about this? I think I'm gonna go here. Because what I'm thinking is if queen takes, then I'm gonna take here. And then I'm hoping for stuff like this. Maybe bishop goes back, I put this rook here. Like for example, if queen takes a7, like I'm thinking already about, okay, so it went there, I'm gonna go here. Yeah, I was actually wondering what happens if the king goes up, because I hadn't thought about this. I think I'm gonna go here anyways. And I'm running low on time again. That's wonderful. The question is how do I proceed? Because I want to bring my rook over to g8. So maybe I should do that next move. Not sure. I'm gonna go here. Somehow my king is very safe. But I want to put pressure onto my opponent's king. So I'm threatening this. Uh-oh. I don't know where to go. But the knight also has some problems. I can't take there. Well, maybe I could have. I don't know. But this felt simpler to me. Because now I have this. Okay. Alright, GG's. What a crazy game this was. I'm not really sure what's going on. But I felt like my position was fine around here. Maybe I could have done something else a little bit stronger. Maybe queen here. But this was okay, I think. And then we got into this position where with like 2 rooks for the queen. And it was kind of difficult to figure out what to do. But I feel like the whole time it was more or less fine for me. I just needed to get this rook into the game somehow. And at the same time, it's difficult to play for white because I think we saw that it was like they were spending a lot of time too. Maybe here I was thinking like rook there, but I didn't want to deal with this. I wasn't sure what was going on, so I just went back. And maybe if the king had gone here, I would have gone there. But thankfully now I managed to get the piece. So yeah, defensive attack. Yeah, I feel like that's a way that you can describe this. But okay, let's go on to the next challenge. GG's. And remember, you can challenge challenge me to a game. And like I said, it can be rated or casual. I don't really have a preference. But you can even do like 960. You can do whatever you want. At this point, I'm just here to play some chess and have a good time. Knight to c3. Usually I see knight to a6, knight to a3, and then there's like c3, b takes e3, c5, and that's kind of how the line goes. I'm gonna go here. Okay. Let's see. What do I do? Let's go bishop f5. I'm not sure if this is a line or not, but I think it's fine to take here on c4 and then play with c6, because I know that a lot of times if white wants to play with knight to e5, then there are some issues after knight g4. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for right now. So let's go here. Oh, thank you so much for the game. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It was a very entertaining game. And yeah, you did okay. Maybe like in the future, be a little bit more careful of the opening, because I feel like I had a pleasant position, so maybe watch out for that. And then rook d1 giving me like 2 rooks for a queen, but for the most part it was a pretty good game. So okay, since I'm material up, I am 2 pawns, right? Yeah, two pawns up in the position. I'm just gonna trade off the queens, go knight a6, maybe put my knight on c5, b3, putting pressure on a4 also, bring the rook over to the d file. And my position should be pretty good. So how is everybody doing? Is everybody just chilling today? What day is today? Today is a Wednesday. Not much to do on Wednesdays. Anything exciting? Are there any chess tournaments going on? I feel like I feel like I haven't been keeping up too much recently. But I know of two tournaments that are going to be happening here in St. Louis. We have the Champions Showdown at the start of next month. And after that, we have the American Cup, which I'm participating in. So that's going to be really fun too. Okay, so knight to d2. Let me play rook to d1, rook to d8, so I can put a pin on this. I also can play like c3. But let's say if something like rook to e1 or whatever to try and take here, then I would play c3. But yes, it seems like things are going my way in this position. And yeah, I think my opponent's also going to a deep think because I'm not. It's not easy to know what to do here. Yeah, I'm playing the American Cup. Tatev is playing the American Cup as well. It's going to be a very strong tournament. Lots of, I mean, basically the best female players in the United States, and for the men's section, it will be the best male players in the United States. So it's going to be incredibly strong. And the format is really fun, so there's a lot to look forward to. And yeah. Wait, let me play b5. Everything's solid. And yeah, position is good. But yeah, American Cup, really excited about that. My first time playing that tournament, actually. And yeah. Alright, so GG's. I would say here, I don't know about knight c3, because I know that there's a main line with like knight to a3, then c3, pawn takes, c5, and that's kind of how the line goes. But afterwards, the position became difficult because also after knight to e4, knight takes, bishop takes, knight to d2, I managed to grab the pawn on d4, so that helped me out a lot as well. But yeah, GG's. Alright, on to the next game. And remember, you can challenge. I believe there are commands here in the chat. And you can just, do whatever you want. But, okay, d4, knight f6. Let's play the Grunfeld once again. Okay, bishop c4. I'll play c5. This is the main line. Now, I was looking at some interesting lines recently, but I think I'm gonna play with e6 this time around. Because there were some entertaining variations here, depending on what white does. Yeah, the FIDE Women's Grand Prix is also going on. I haven't been staying too much up to date with that. I've only been following the results online, but that's another very strong tournament. And I think Lagno is leading the event. I could be wrong, but she was like up there. Goryachkina was up there. And it just seems like another extremely strong tournament. So can't wait to see how that goes. I believe there was one Grand Prix last year where one of my good friends was playing, like Stavroula Tsalakido from Greece, who's like top 20 in the world, and I think she was playing and it was like a really fun tournament to follow. Okay, I'm gonna take, and then I'm gonna play with b6. And I have two ideas. I'm still not sure which one I'm gonna go for. One of them is going bishop b7 and kind of keeping an eye out for this pawn over here on e4, bring my rook over to c8. Another one was putting my bishop on d7 and maybe playing something like queen e7, queen a3, something like this, bring the bishop out to a4. I think I'm gonna go for this one just because I keep more of a clear eye on what's going on in the position. And I want to play rook c8 without running into bishop a6, so I think this is what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna still, probably gonna still put my queen on e7, coordinate the rooks, bring a rook over to c8, like if rook c1 I might play queen e7, and bring the rook over to c8, make sure that they're connected just in case of takes. And if bishop g5, I'm probably gonna put my queen on a3, and it's not really threatening anything in particular on a3, but it's just a good spot for the queen. You see it a lot in like Grunfeld positions, so yeah. Oh, there are 3 at 5 out of 8. Okay, that's interesting. Wait, so bishop g5 directly. Should I play queen d6? I think I'm gonna play queen d6. Now this pawn also needs to be protected. And if my opponent allows me, next move I'm playing rook to c8. Okay, well, I'm gonna go here. And I'm planning to play with rook to c8 as well. Or maybe this rook. Rook to c8, rook to d8, something like this. And try to make use of the c file. My chess.com rating, I haven't played on chess.com in a while. Usually I just play like the first 2-3 games of a Title Tuesday because it happens during weekdays and I have school, but I want to assume that my blitz rating is like 25-20 right now, which is not very high, but if you play Title Tuesday and you are at like 25-20 rating, a lot of times you play some of the you can play the top guys if your rating is about 25-20, maybe 25-15, 25-10. Yeah, you can do with that information what you want. You can sandbag, you can you can do whatever you want. I'm not sandbagging when I play, I'm just flat out losing, but I've come to realize this, so yeah. I don't know why I said that. Maybe I shouldn't have, but who cares? Okay. I don't want to deal with h5, so I'm gonna just go here. Yeah, I haven't played online chess that much. Oh wait, we have something good here. So we have bishop takes, queen takes, and then this bishop on d3 is hanging. So I think we should go for that. Because there's nothing to worry about, really. We're not going to get checkmated. The knight is not jumping over to g5. So we're going to be doing good. And I think I'm going to take this pawn. Yeah, there's nothing going on because I also have ideas of checkmate there. So I think this is just flat out winning for me, hopefully. So let's go here, rook e5, queen b1. And we're good, we're cooking. Okay, so rook b5. I guess the point is that if I take, then there's knight g6. And that's kind of unpleasant. So let's not do that. That's actually a nice move. I didn't think about it. Okay, I'm gonna play bishop d5 just to make sure that, you know, no more pieces get into the game. Okay, but now I have this. All right, GG's. And yeah, another very nice game. The only thing is that we had this moment after bishop h6. Yeah, with bishop h6, I told you my queen on a3 would help, and it ended up helping. So bishop to h6 takes, queen takes d3, and now I have the extra piece. So yeah. Can we see the queue? I don't know if you can see the queue. I don't think that's on screen, but I have two people in the queue, and I'm just going in order. So going on to the next game. I seem to be getting black a lot. Is that random, or is that what you guys are setting up? But it's okay, I don't really mind. So let's play Sicilian, let's play c5. And I would say even if you've already played once, you're welcome to challenge again, or, you know, get like a rematch or something. I don't mind. So we can play more than one game. So here we're getting a close Sicilian. I haven't checked this variation in a little while, but I like this idea with a6 because knight takes d4 is not possible, c takes d4 and two pieces are hanging. But you can play with g6, put the bishop on g7 and just play normally from now on. Okay, I'm gonna play with e6 so I can develop my knight to e7. Let's take. I'm not really worried about f5. I don't know if I should be. Okay, my opponent played f5. I think I'm gonna take. Maybe I should have been more worried about f5. But I still don't believe in it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I get a little carried away whenever I have the pair of bishops. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then I lose my senses. Okay, let's play. Should I play with d6? Should I play with d5? That's another question. I also want to play queen b6 and like swing the queen over to the other side. But I don't know if that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have allowed this f5. But okay, let's play with d5. Maybe I can play with d4 next. Okay, so queen takes d5. That makes a lot of my problems easier to deal with. I feel like it would have been more concerning if my opponent kept the queens on the board, but now I am not as worried. Okay, I think I'm going to take, and then I'm going to take here. And now the one thing that I really need to watch out for is my time, because I ended up spending way too much in making the last few decisions. So so what should I do? Okay, maybe I should go back and put my bishop on c7. My voice is not very clear today. Maybe I should do this. And I think I'm good. I just need to watch out for the time. And if rook takes, bishop takes, obviously, because otherwise there's 97. So that's kind of important. Okay, let's go here. I'm not sure exactly how I should be pushing for something here, but maybe that isn't... Okay, well, now at least I get that. Oops, maybe I shouldn't... Maybe I should have just taken... But okay, somehow I managed to win this game with 2 seconds, so I'm very proud of that. Not sure how I managed to do... Not sure how I managed to do all that. But, no, this endgame is already good. I made a huge mistake. I shouldn't have allowed this. I probably should have played like d6 first. Just to get out of this trouble. Maybe play d6 here, and then f5 is no longer an issue because the bishop on c8 is incorporated into the defense of f5. And after d6 I can castle, do all of my normal stuff, and make sure that everything's fine. But after takes, knight to f4, d5, maybe not take on d5 with the queen, because I still have the pair of bishops at the end of the day, so I'm going to be able to take care of myself in an endgame. But maybe here a move like knight to h5 would be pretty annoying. Yeah, knight to h5, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Maybe queen b6, king h1, queen, not h6, queen g6 or something, but it's difficult to know what to do. So just because these 2 pawns also block this bishop on c8, and especially the pawn on f5 is just very annoying. So it may have been easier to just keep the pieces on the board, because if you start trading, then it's going to be simpler for me to defend. So that's another thing. But yeah. And yeah, hello from YouTube. All right, it was a good game. Let's move on to the next challenge. Ah, I'm playing with white now. Is that a first? It might be. Ah, and we get this. Okay, let me take that. I haven't played this lines in a while. I don't remember what I used to do, now that I think about it. Let me go here. And can I go here? I think I'm just gonna go back. I don't remember when or where, but there are some lines where you can play with h4. Is it here? I don't know. But you know what? Let's just play with h4. Just because it's fun. My idea is to go queen c2, if my opponent lets me. And now I have a few different possible plans. So I can try to play with long castles and then e3, something like this, which does look nice. Or I can try to play with something like knight to e4. Still some ideas of castle, maybe bring my knight over to g5. It might be another idea, but something that I'm not really feeling with knight to e4 is bishop to f5, so... But maybe knight to e4, bishop f5, knight f6. You know, we have some interesting lines, so... Lot to consider. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna castle and then play with e3 next, I think. I just need to get my bishop out. Most likely my opponent is also going to castle long. Bishop f5. I think I'm gonna go queen here. Wait, there are some tricks with like knight takes. Maybe I should watch out for that. Because if I go queen a4, there might be knight takes, and then if I take knight takes, but this is also hanging, so that shouldn't be a problem either. You know what? It's fine. I'll go here. I'll go there, and then maybe in the future I can play 4e4, or I can try to play with knight to b3, which also looks quite promising, because I'm putting pressure onto this guy. And remember, you're welcome to send a challenge. You can use the commands in the chat, and you know, I'm here. I'm gonna be here for a while, and we'll just play some games. So, yeah. But okay. I wonder what my opponent is thinking about. Okay, so he decided to castle. I think going for knight b3 still makes sense, because there's a lot of pressure into this pawn right here, so I'm gonna do that. You know what's something that I just realized? Knight b3, I also need to play it because now since the king is castled, you know, when I take on d7, it doesn't come with a check. So if I don't play knight b3 and I do something else, I might run into some issues with like knight to b4. Because if queen takes, there's knight a2. And I get checkmated. So maybe I should go here. Just to get away from that. Yeah, so that could have been also like a very sneaky idea from my opponent. Okay, so queen to e6, but now I think I can just take, and it's no problem. Because after it takes, if knight takes, I take back with the knight, the queen is under attack, and so is this bishop on f5. And the position just seems very comfortable for me, 2 pawns up. Yeah. So the queen is gonna have to go back either to d7 or to c8, just to keep an eye out on this bishop. But my position is more than good. Actually, I have this idea with oh, my queen is hanging. could have blundered my queen. What am I doing? But okay, let's just. Should I take? I can also go back. I'm gonna go back, I think. That would have been really bad if for some reason I just blundered my queen. But what I wanted to say is that I had e6. I have some ideas even now of e6, I think. You know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter anymore. Just whatever. Like, as long, yeah, I almost blundered my queen. I can't believe I did that. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, queen d7, like, can't take on f5 because queen is hanging, and I don't have like take 6 and some knight discovery. But you know, let me just play queen b3 before I do something crazy. So. But the thing is that this bishop also doesn't have great squares to go to. Yeah, so let me play e3. Let me develop my last piece. I kind of want to go bishop to e2 and bishop takes h5. And all of the black pieces are kind of stuck because I can't even, you know, do something like f4, f5. And that's kind of difficult to stop. Yes, the 2 bishops, they're just invincible. There is nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can do about them. They're just too strong. Okay, I'm gonna take here. And I'm gonna play f4 first. No, wait. Is there b5? You know what? I'm just gonna take. Oh, and I can't think too much because I might get low on time once again. So let me take that, and then let me go here. And my position's good. Oh, okay. GG's. I would say maybe be careful with how you play this opening because from the start it almost felt like my position was doing good. So yeah. So yeah, after I don't know, I felt like after I managed to get my pieces out, queen to c2, castles, bishop to f5, queen to a4, There was not much to worry about with my position. Knight takes e5. Thankfully, I have queen d7 and knight takes d4. And the whole essence of this line is that with black, you want to try and prevent me from developing or stabilizing the position as much as possible. But if I get my pieces out somehow, then I'm going to counterplay quickly because d4 is also a weak pawn. So make sure to check in on that. But yeah, GG's. All right, let's go to the next challenge. And would you look at that? I am playing with the white pieces again. What a blessing. So d4, e6, let me play with c4. And d5, so we're just transposing into a queen's gambit declined. Let's play with takes and bishop to g5. I'll play with e3. And let's see, I think I should play with queen c2 because there are some ideas of the knight jumping up, or here as well, there are some ideas of the knight jumping up. So let me go here. B5 right away. I haven't really seen that move, but I guess it makes sense because the whole point is that this line is just a fight for the square of e4. So I guess that makes sense. I'm gonna play with f3. And my whole point is that if b4, at least I get the square on a4 for my knight. And if I get a4, I can get, you know, c5, b6 maybe, you know, control over some of the weak squares that are left behind. Is it time to play e4? Maybe it's too premature to play e4 because if takes, there might be some knight g4 that I'm not so sure about. So let's not do that just yet. A lot of times what you also see in this position is an idea with like with bishop f2, king to h1, and then you put the bishop back here. So I think I'm gonna go back. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the plan for the time being. So the queen went over to b6. I think I'm just gonna move my king. And c5. Okay, c5 is sorry. c5 is interesting, but I think I can just take. And my whole idea is to just put kind of like a blockade right here on d4, and in the future maybe I should bring this rook over from e1 to d1, kind of to consolidate the spot here on d4. Maybe put the bishop on f5, something like this. Sorry, my voice is acting up. Is it because I went to a birthday party yesterday? Is it because I was teaching scholastics? Who knows? But rook is coming over to d1. I'm gonna put my bishop on f5. I'm gonna try to put some pressure into this pawn. I guess also this pawn is under a lot of pressure right now. But those are the type of things that you have to consider when you play this move c5, because in these positions it's kind of like, so do you play c5 with black, or do I get to play e4 with white? And those are just the things that you have to consider. So rook to c8, this makes a lot of sense because my queen has to move. So I think I'm just gonna go here. I mean, my queen doesn't have to move, but I just would rather not have the queen on the same file as my opponent's rook. So just to be clear, out of any issues. And in the future, still, my bishop is coming to f5, and now it's putting some pressure into this rook right here on c8. And it also seems like my opponent has been spending a lot of time in the last few moves. Okay, so b4 was played, but now I have this. And I'm gonna get the bishop. Well, I guess I'll also have to give up my bishop, so that kind of sucks, but that's fine. Do I want to take right away, or do I want to delay it somehow? I think I'm gonna take here first. I think I'm gonna go here, just to see what happens. Okay, so the bishop went back that way. Yeah, I'm not pleased with the decisions that I made. Maybe I should have actually taken on c5. But this is still completely fine for me. Because if knight to c4, I want to play queen d3, and if knight d3, I think I have rook d1. Okay, I think I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna go here. Yeah, rook c2 is kind of concerning. I don't enjoy that. Might need to go there. Yes, I definitely did something wrong. But maybe I can flag my opponent. Maybe in life, sometimes you don't need to think, you can just flag. Oh, actually, never mind. I can't flag my opponent. I think I've made some... Yeah, I think I made some mistakes in this game. Alright, GG's. So what went wrong here for me? Because I was enjoying my position. I feel like we just got into some... Okay, so here I was having fun. Here I thought this was okay. Queen there. And here's where things started to get silly. Maybe I shouldn't really do any trade. Maybe I should play like rook to d1, because then that way my opponent won't get this diagonal. So maybe that makes more sense. But takes, rook c1. Probably I should have just taken here. This is what happens when I don't take the bishops. This is just what happens. But yeah, maybe knight takes c5, knight takes, and like rook d1, and I should be doing okay. But yeah, GG's. Alright, let's go to the next game. Okay, I'm going in order of the queue, but I do see your name, so it's gonna be 2 games from now. But I will play. Okay, so we get another close Sicilian, I'm assuming. Never mind. It's an open Sicilian after all. So cd4, knight f6. And we just kind of get into a Grunfeld. We just get into a Najdorf with bishop to c4. That's what I meant to say. Okay, let's go b5. And there are a lot of tricks in these lines, especially, well, ideally you want to keep the bishop in the diagonal. But yes, there are a lot of tricks in these lines. You can look at a lot of games from Bobby Fischer. But right now I seem to be doing fine. I'm gonna bring my bishop over to b7. And especially now, my opponent just played bishop g5, bishop f6, and I'm getting the pair of bishops too. Okay, I think I'm gonna play, because if I play b4, and the knight moves, and I take here, and they take here, I would prefer if I could just grab the pawn cleanly. So maybe I should just finish my development and, you know, save the exciting ideas for later. But okay, rook to e1 was played. I think I'm gonna play knight c5 and still go after this pawn. And it's just nice that my opponent doesn't have a dark square bishop. So like f3, for example, already there are some ideas after queen b6. And now b4 is even stronger because there's no knight e4. So the knight will be forced to go back to b1. Lots of things to consider. Okay, so b4 by my opponent. So if I take, I'm guessing he wants to take. And then I take, and then takes, and then takes. And then takes, and then I have this. You know what? Sure. Let's just go for that. Because I'm gonna be getting like this, like some very solid center. And then on the other hand, my opponent is gonna have these 2 pawns. This pawn right here will be passed, but it's going to be easier to stop. And I still have bishop versus knight, and the knight on b5 is a little awkward, so still. Also, this is a move to consider, which for some reason I completely forgot about. Should I go for this since this is a funnier move than just capturing back? I feel like it's a fun move to play, so maybe I should quit my original plan and go for this. Yeah. Polugaiski variation of the Sicilian. I think it's just transposed into Sosin, like bishop c4, Najdorf. But okay, knight to c6. I think I'm just gonna go queen b6. Kind of playing off of the fact that these two are still under attack. Okay, so queen to e3. But now I can just take. And everything's fine. Because if king g2, then knight on c6 is hanging. Oh, I can just take that back. Okay, let me go here. And yeah, now I have two bishops and the white king is completely open. So within a few moves, I should be able to get the job done. No tricks, no nothing. Okay, let me go. And if you want to play some more games, feel free to challenge. I still have about an hour more, so there's still plenty of time to get a game in. If you want to play. But yeah, after bishop to h4, this should be just winning within a few moves. Funny enough, I don't even have to take on e1. I can just play bishop b5. And it looks crashing. Okay, I'm just gonna take that because it's free to take. But checkmate should be coming soon. No stalemate for you. And check. GG's. I would say I think the opening was fine. Maybe just be careful with this, with this tactics, because after knight takes e4, bishop b5, it looks clever, but I might have this bishop g2, and things are starting to fall off the board at this moment. So yeah, maybe just watch out for that, but otherwise GG's. And another game. I think this is a rematch because I've already played this person before, but like I said, I'm happy with rematches as well. So d4, knight f6, c4. Let's see what my opponent does. Let's play like this time. And I think I'm gonna go for bishop g5 right away. The Ragozin is extremely popular nowadays. I see it literally every single time that I play a tournament, so it's a very solid variation. This is a very solid variation for black. I think I'm gonna take, play bishop to d3, and we basically get the same like queen's gambit decline, but the bishop on b4 is a little bit out of place. The temptation to just go up. I think I'm gonna go here, and if bishop d6 or rook to e1, I'm gonna play f4, and I'm just gonna, you know, fight for the square on e5 for the knight. Have a little outpost there. And then in the future, I can think about castling, you know, playing like queen f3 or something. Or a lot of times you also play queen c2. But since I haven't committed just yet, I can also think about like queen f3 and long castle, not just short castle. So kind of depends on what my opponent does next. Okay, so queen to b6. Probably should not allow them to take that pawn, so let me go here. And you know what, since I think it's kind of fun, I might just castle. Because what is life if you can't make fun moves, right? That's the way I like to think about it. So that's a very dangerous way to think about it. Don't do that for your like actual games. When I play online chess, I just love doing moves that look very exciting. But be careful if you're doing that at like a real tournament. Or like if you're playing, you know, like a championship event, maybe don't make all the fun moves. Maybe just, you know, make sure that what you're doing is safe. And then, you know, think about whether it's fun or not. Because a lot of times I've decided to get funny. And okay, so g5 is is a very fun move. Wow. g5. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take this. g5 is a very fun move, I must say. My opponent was listening to my speech of like, you know, play fun moves, and he decided to play like this. But g5, I think it's a little too much. It's like giving me, it's giving me, you know, everything that I want on the king side. So now I am castled. I have a pawn on f6. I have ideas like this. My rook is jumping up. Maybe this in some future, or this, or this. So that was a very interesting decision to play g5. Could have maybe just played knight g4 and be fine there. But yeah, what is life if you don't make fun moves? Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sure some of you can agree. But yeah, right now, queen f2, I'm putting pressure into this pawn. I'm threatening to take on h4. I have ideas of queen f5. All of a sudden, everything is working out in my position. So gotta be thankful for g5. Yeah, GG's. Yeah, I think g5 was a little too much. Maybe just knight g4 in this moment. you know, putting some pressure into this pawn right here. I might have to play queen e2. I might have to play queen e2. And then you can decide, because I think you have some tactics that you can consider. Like, for example, because if I take on, if I ever, you know, if my queen ever takes on g4, then you take on b2, right? So after knight g4, queen e2, knight g4, queen e2, you can maybe consider c5. Because you're putting pressure into this pawn on d4. And at the same time, whenever I take, you take here. So it just becomes a complicated position. There are also, I think there are also, you know, ideas with like knight here, queen here, c5, knight takes. But there's also queen a4. So there are a lot of moves to consider here too. Okay, so let's go to the next person. Bad cheese player. And like I said, my voice is a little bit gone, but it's okay. So d4, knight f6, c4, g6. Let's play Grunfeld once again. How many games do I play with one person? It just kind of depends. I'm going with the queue. So if you want to play a game, feel free to challenge. And if you have already played, you can also, and you want a rematch, you can also challenge. And if there's nobody else in the queue, then I'm cool with playing a game with you. So knight takes. I don't usually see knight takes. Let me take here. Okay, my opponent went there. I think I can do this with the idea of e5. Hopefully that works. But my opponent went back to f3. Let me attack the queen. I feel like my position is already, you know, it's already okay. Like I'm not really worrying here. I'll go bishop f5, and then if e4, I'm gonna go bishop g4 and try to create some weaknesses in the position. And then in the future, hopefully my knight can come to c6 and d4. Yeah, something like this. And then my knight is getting here. Okay, so knight takes. And I feel like this is very pleasant so far, because knight on d4, I'm putting pressure on the queen on c2, as well as the bishop on f3. Now I can take this and double up the pawns. And at the same time, the pawn on d5 is hanging. And I think I'm gonna take with... I really want to take with the rook. Let's do that. And I hope that I can jump over to... Okay, my opponent doesn't want me to. But I can go here, I guess. And I still have threats, because this pawn on b2 is also hanging. So, for example, if like takes, this bishop is hanging, and so is this pawn on b2. So it's not easy to tell. Now I have this. If I do this, my opponent goes back, I guess. I can also go here. I think I'm just gonna go here and try to go for the attack. Oh my goodness, we also don't have increment. I should have kept that in mind. I've been going too easy breezy in this game. I'm putting some pressure into this bishop. Yeah, because this was coming. And now I should be getting the bishop. Oh wait, no, I'm not getting the bishop. What the heck? Unfortunate. Am I gonna get flagged? Who knows? Why did I do that? What am I doing? It's not very clear. Uh-oh, I'm making some mistakes. Oops, and I got flagged. Okay, well, I feel like I was doing pretty good earlier. Then I realized that I was running out of time. So I should probably keep an eye out for that. But yeah, GG's. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Yeah, I was doing pretty good. I just forgot. I probably should start really checking the time control. Because I keep assuming that I'll have time. And then I realize, uh-oh, 30 seconds. But yeah, GG's. Okay, so it seems like my opponent is not making a move. maybe I should jump onto the next challenge. Alright, I feel really bad, but I think I'm gonna abort this game. Sorry about that. And I think I'm just gonna go to the next challenge because we actually have a few people in the queue. So let's go ahead with this game. Also, this name is pretty long. I wonder if it's a real name. But okay, we're getting an IMSO here. And I usually play with knight to d2, bishop to d2 is another idea, but I like this because then I can play with a3. And if my opponent, well, if the bishop goes back, then I have e4, and then if takes, then I'm gonna play with queen takes. And the ideas now are very, very standard. So I'm gonna play with queen to c2, queen c2, castles, and then eventually I'm gonna play with b4. Yeah. and try to utilize the fact that I have the center and the queen side. I think there's one idea here. Let me see if I remember. Okay, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I know that there's one idea with d5, and the whole point of it is that if takes, then I have knight to d4. Okay. Well, my opponent didn't do that, but that's an idea. I don't know if it's with the knight on d7 instead of the queen on e7, but that does happen. So you can play with d5 takes, knight d4, and then there are some ideas with f3, forcing the knight to go back, and if the pawn on f5 is hanging, and then also the light squares, especially in this diagonal of the king. But wait, no, f4 is a little too premature, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Let's go here, and then we can play f4 next. Watch out for stream snipers. It is what it is. I don't care. If they listen, it's a shame, but you know what to do. Oh, for the stream snipers out there. Oh no, I would be so sad if you chose to play bishop takes d5 in this position, because oh my goodness, that's just a pawn, right? But it's okay, I don't care. So yeah, I'm gonna play with f4, try to find some nice spots for these two bishops. If takes, I'm taking with pawn. Okay, so this happened. I feel like I should have something nice here, but what is nice? What does that mean? I'm not really worried about e4, so didn't say accept the accepting of a challenge. That's okay. You can challenge again. Maybe I think I'll have time to have a game with you. So feel free to challenge again. Oh, you already did. Perfect. So yeah. Next game. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take and then I'm gonna play e4. Because opening up the center is gonna work in my favor since my pieces are slightly better placed and I have more control of the center, so. And this bishop is going to be very strong. There are a lot of weaknesses in the dark squares. Hello, DJ Struggle. What a name. DJ Struggle. I hope you're not struggling. But yeah, this position is pretty good. Pawn is hanging, and we do have opposite color bishop, but I'm gonna have huge control of the dark squares here. Especially if my opponent lets me do something like bishop h6 or, yeah, bishop h6 now. I already have some threats. Oh, look at this. Look at this nice move. Queen takes e5. I feel like this should be winning. Unless I'm missing something very obvious. But my threat is queen to f8. And at the same time, this queen is stuck trying to defend. Because it also needs to protect g7. So yeah, queen to e7, and now I take. Oh, that's a nice finish to the game. Alright, GG's. Okay, so yeah, we can play the game that we couldn't play before. D neckies. Die neckies. So yeah, d4, knight f6, c4. Let's play. g6, knight c3. Are we gonna get a King Indian? Are we gonna get a Grunfeld? We got a King Indian. And as many of you may know, I'm a very big fan of the 4 pawns. So let's go ahead and do that. I just like seeing all of these 4 pawns right here. Mind you, it's not the type of opening that you play without any understanding, because something that can happen is that you accidentally end up overpressing with your pawns. So you have to be very, very careful about that. But it offers a lot of active positions and attacking chances for white, so that's what I enjoy about this opening. Worked hard for this, went through 1,000+ struggles to get this title. Well, yeah, thank you for the GM title, congrats, but yeah, congrats to you also. But yeah, alright, let's see. So d takes e6, f takes e6. I'm just gonna castle now. Do not give away the pair of bishops. And I think this is more or less the same as, you know, the variation without knight on a6 and knight c6 directly. I'm just gonna play king h1. And going to a2. And let's see, because I want to start getting some of my pieces out, so maybe I can go here. If knight to g4, I guess I just go back. It's not a huge problem. I'm gonna play bishop d3 again, because if knight b4, I don't know if I have e5, but that's not something that I'm worried about too much. Let's play knight g5. Oh, this game also has +2, so I'm not gonna lose on time. So that's good to know. But look there. Kind of want to play f5, but my bishop and my queen are in the e file. So that might be a problem, but let's just bring the rook over to the center. And so far, I've been putting my pieces in like very normal squares. The only thing to worry about is the fact that I have expanded quite a lot with my pawns. So, you know, just gotta keep an eye out for the weak squares in the position. But what is going to be my future plan? I feel like there are some ideas of bring the queen over to f3. And then if h6, knight h3, you bring the knight back to f2. If this, I'm not too worried because I can just go back and my rook is now in the center. Oh, so d5. This is usually kind of dangerous because it's the diagonal of the king. So I would be a bit skeptical. So I think a3 is good because if the knight goes back, then I'm gonna take it and I have some ideas with this. But my opponent played with d4. But now I think I can just take, hopefully. And then if takes, I take, and then I have this. That's kind of my intent. And then now I'm kicking the knight out from like a very standard, like good square. And I'm hoping that I can bring my knight in. Or this knight. Which one's better? Maybe this one. Oh, wait. I also have some tactics here. Have you guys ever seen this trick? I love it because knight takes h7, king takes, queen takes h5. And I'm doing good. The only thing to consider is like knight takes and then knight takes, which is not as great. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do anything crazy like that. Maybe I should just go here. Make normal moves. And then I take the pawn on e3, hopefully. Okay, so takes, I'm gonna take back. We got rid of one of the strongest pieces that black had, which was this bishop. I guess I should just take. I'm trying to think of like knight g5 or something, but there's no need. I can just take this pawn. I also have, funny enough, this idea with g4. Okay, but let's just play g3. But now that the knight went back, I have this. And yeah, my position is very comfortable. Where should I go though? Let me go here. There's nothing to worry about really, so I'm chilling. Alright, GG's. The 4 pawn strikes again. Yeah, no, this is a complicated game. I would say maybe like you spend too many turns like going back and forth with like knight a6, then knight b4, then knight c6, then knight b4 again. And then d5 you have to be careful about. Most of the times it doesn't work in this line. Most of the times you would rather play with e5, or keep the position as it is. Sometimes, only sometimes, prepare b5. But for the most part, you just try to put pressure on the center, try to play e5, put a knight on d4, something like this. But yeah, GG's. Alrighty. Wait, I have a bullet challenge from Anonymous. Okay. Alright. Let's play bullet. And I don't recommend usually just playing bullet, but you know. Oh shoot, I had there. Okay, well, let's go here. Ah, that's bad. Why did I do that? Why did I play knight h4? Waste of my time. But it's okay. We persevere. Let's take here. Position is looking good. Everything good so far. Maybe I had something better than taking there, but who knows. Oop, now I can take here. Very nice. Just let me keep my pawn. Why won't you let me? No background checkmate for you. Yeah, as long as I don't accidentally blunder something, then we're good. Nice. Alright. This was just experimental. Don't play too much bullet. But alright, let's go to another game. And we're gonna get another Najdorf. Bishop e3, I actually think this idea with knight g4 is very nice. Yeah, of course, GG's. Yeah, I think this idea with knight g4 is nice because it offers some new possibilities, and at the same time the opponent might be so used to playing with e5 that they don't really know what to do after knight to g4. And usually it's not a great idea to just give up your bishop like that, but at the same time it's kind of hard to know what to do. So most people just play bishop g5 in that position. But okay, let's castle. I kind of want to play with bishop e6. I don't know if that's my best choice. But I feel like it's fine. Because we open up the f-file. We can maybe get the c4 square for the future. There's not going to be any jump with knight d5 or knight f5. So this seems okay. And the queen might be having to defend this knight on f3, otherwise I have ideas of making a sack there. Like an exchange sack. Would you imagine, like, rook takes f3, pawn takes, my knight on c6 jumps over to d4. Very strong. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be the dream? Alright, so knight to g5 by my opponent, but I think I can play with rook f6. But if rook is6, there's also queen h3. So that might be a little bit annoying. Maybe I should play with queen c8. Just avoiding any of these problems. This seems good to me. I don't know, I just need to develop this knight. Just give me one more move and I'll be happy. There we go, perfect. I developed my knight, that's all that I wanted. Because development is key. Now, okay, now we're getting to serious consideration of rook takes. I think I'm just gonna go for it. Why? Because this is hanging. And I also have knight d4. And I was just too tempted, you know? So I think I'm, well, no, I can't take that one first. I'm gonna go here first. Hopefully this works. Otherwise I look silly just doing this exchange stack for no reason. Okay, so queen g4. I kind of want to go here just to make sure that there's no knight e2. And then in the future, I'm just gonna bring my rook over and maybe do this. And just try to use the fact that I can bring my other rook into the game, put pressure into the king side. And the knight on c3 doesn't have a great place to jump to. There might be rook e1 for white. Something like rook e1, and I play rook f1, and he plays knight e2. But even then, I feel like it should be fine. Okay, so queen g3 was played. Not sure about that move. Okay, I'm gonna go here. And I actually have a really fun idea. So I'm gonna go to f4 with my rook. Okay, I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if my opponent wanted to play with f4, but if he did, then I would trade everything and then play queen takes c3, takes knight e2, and then knight takes f4. So that was my goal. But after queen to d3, I gotta get my queen back in the game somehow. I'm just gonna go back. And then maybe get in like queen e1, queen h5 or something. I think I'm gonna go here first. Now do I have bishop h4? Because if takes... wait, no. I feel like I should have something here. Where are my tricks? Whatever. Oh, I'll make it work somehow. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Can't think. That's not what I was expecting. But it did work, so happy about that. Alright, GG's. Wait, hold on. I need to go back and take a look at this. So, bishop h4. I was concerned about takes. Hold on. I was concerned about takes, and then here, and then knight e2. And I wasn't sure what was going on. Because if I go here, then there is this. And this is not really what I want. I mean, you know, I still have like rook f4, maybe. Unclear. Because I have, yeah, because I have like knight f3 coming, so maybe it's fine. Maybe it's okay. But also if knight takes, queen takes, here, King h2, obviously. Is this winning? I can't tell. Is this the only move? No, there's this. I am blind. I forgot about that. Nah, I don't know. Maybe it was working, maybe it wasn't. It just felt right. Oh my god, look at this. I am so silly. I can just take here. I can just take there. Why did I struggle so much looking at bishop h4? Because if queen takes, I have knight e2, and then if pawn takes, I have knight f3. That's funny. So yeah, I could have just taken there. Oh well. Thank goodness I still won. Otherwise, I would be annoyed. But yeah, GG's. Okay, next game. And let's hope that my opponent replies. Doesn't seem like they're online. Oh, okay, perfect. So d4, g6, bishop c4, bishop g7. Let's go here. Oh, are we gonna get another 4 pawns? Okay, let's take and go d5. And let's go bishop e3. Oh, I could have also played b4. Maybe that was a little bit better. But okay, I can do it now. And I'm just kicking my opponent's pieces away, which is just what I want here. So that's kind of the whole point. Knight takes e4. Okay. Yes, and the idea is to like when my knight moves, have e4. But I don't know if that's working now because I think I have this. I'm hoping this line works. I am not really sure. So queen f3. Now I have 2 options. I can try to figure out what's going on after bishop d4. I think I'm doing pretty good. And as a simpler option, I also have knight takes, and queen d4. Also, this is hanging. Wow. I'm spoiled with choices. Oh, I also have queen a4. I have so many moves, Jesus Christ. I think I'm gonna go here. Okay. Should I just take it or should I save this rook? I was thinking takes and then like queen here or something. I think I'm just gonna take it. So this is just a queen for a rook, basically. Okay, after rook 3-8, I should be doing pretty well. GG's. Yeah, I would say be careful with this because knight takes e4 did not work tactically. So just watch out for that. Alright, I think I'm gonna play one more game and then I'm gonna get going. But let's see. I wonder if this is Iluvatar or is it I love you avatar. Never mind, it's missing an A. I don't know why I thought that. I've been thinking about Avatar lately. Ah, I think that's just my brain having some sort of bias. Are there any Avatar The Last Airbender fans out there? There's a new season. There's a new series coming. I'm looking forward to that. Except not really because I didn't like the previous. Series. I'm not a very big Legend of Korra fan. In fact, I kind of hate Korra, but you know, I'm looking forward to this new series. So I think that's just my brain trying to pull tricks on me. But okay, let's make a couple of normal moves. Let's castle. I'm gonna play knight c3 and play with a3, queen to c2, rook to d1, all of that. I think I can just play queen c2 now. And I'm just getting my pieces to the center. So far, all of my moves have been very logical. Let's play knight b5. Turn it into these two guys. And then let's put the knight on d6, because if bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, I have bishop g7. And so far, I'm pleased with my position. Okay, so bishop d5 to try and consolidate. I also have some ideas with knight g5. I feel like things should be happening. I don't know. The question is where? Because if my opponent plays g6, which makes a lot of sense, what can be my follow-up? Because I may have some ideas of this, which actually look very nice. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Okay, so he decided to play with f5. So what do I do now? I think I'm still gonna play queen c3 because I'm putting pressure onto this guy right here. Knight to f6. Oh my god, that was my neck. Did you guys hear that? That's crazy. I swear to God, something's broken with me. But okay. So I'm considering bishop bishop e5 to protect the pawn. Maybe that's a good idea. But then my opponent might go knight d7. Okay, never mind. He didn't do that. Guys, I really want to take here. I don't think it's the time. Yeah, it's probably not the time. Let's just make something more normal. Let's just make a normal move. Okay, but now I can take here. And this was my whole plan. Yes. Because this is pinned. That was my whole idea. And if bishop takes, I take. We're good. We're cooking. Okay, so queen f7. First of all, I can just take here, I guess. I feel like that's the simplest. Wait, no, the simplest is to take here. I think, yeah, I think I should do that. Let's do that. And then let's take here now. There are people speaking outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm having fun listening. So, okay, takes. I think I'm gonna just take. I don't know if there's something better that I can do, like I can take here, maybe. You know what? Just for fun. I haven't calculated the whole thing out. Let's just take. I don't know. Let's have fun. Because if bishop takes, then I take. But now I can take here. And I have this. Alright, GG's. Yeah, I was gonna say yes, because if bishop takes, then I take bishop e2, let's say, just rook e1. And we're good. So yeah, nice game. And with that, I think we're ending the stream for today. So thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for playing. I'll be back tomorrow. Not sure with Play the People. Maybe we'll have a simul. Still not sure. But you're gonna be seeing a lot of me for the next 2 weeks. And yeah, thank you so much for coming, for watching, for playing. And I'll see you all next time.